Need tickets to any event in the nation, border to border, coast to coast, sporting events, concert, plays, or even taking your kids to Bob the Builder like I did here at the Wharton Center. Your only source is theticketmachine.com. Go to SpartanNation.com, click on the Ticket Machine icon, and get your tickets today.
A lot of cameras today on this minute last time. Well, heck of a game. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That thriller, but I give our kids credit. They went out and made plays today. It was nothing to do with the coaches. I guarantee that the kids played hard. They were jacked up before the game. And again, they came out and played with a lot of enthusiasm. And again, I just love those guys to death.
And how were you able to contain their rushing attack today?
Well, half of it was Coach Treadwell keeping the ball for whatever. I don't know what the time possession was, but it helps when your offense is on the field all day. So again, give credit to Coach Treadwell. They ran the ball for 197 yards, ran it down their throat pretty good. And again, when defense ain't on the field, they look pretty good.
How did you get the defense ready when they weren't on the field that often?
How do we get them ready?
Yeah,
just like we did every other week. Let me just tell you, we just played base defense. And they played good, and they made plays and played with enthusiasm. And that's what happens when you play together.
How's it feel to have the guys play to the potential you've seen?
It was pretty good.
And how much did you challenge the pride of the defense this week after what's happened the last few weeks?
I haven't challenged them any more than you normally do. You just go back, you got to stay positive with the kids, and again, we've been in position. I went back and watched, all the big plays we gave against Central Michigan a couple weeks ago, and I watched them all. I'm like, geez, what would I do different? Nothing. We got to make a play. And the kids come out and make a play today. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
You asked us how enjoyable this game was, but how enjoyable or difficult was that last 8 minutes when Michigan started moving the ball?
It was difficult, and again, things are going to happen. Again, give them credit. I mean, he put number 5 in there, and again, he's a heck of a football player. And he makes things happen. He's scrambling around, and geez, you think we got a sack, and all of a sudden he's gone and he's throwing the ball. Again, give them credit. He's a football player, and he'll be a great player for him.
You said a couple of days ago that a lot of the plays you've seen, some of the problems on the defense were just one guy out of position. Did you see less of that? Even though this was a game you had to win in overtime?
We'll watch the tape, but there's a lot less guys making mistakes when you're shutting the run down. And, again, it just comes down to one guy.
Can you talk about Danny Fortner and Rucker on that last play and what happened there?
You may have saw more from me if you were in the press box. I have no idea. I just know the last play, we played some man coverage and guys made plays.
How happy was the team for Rucker, guy who struggled this year?
I'm sure everybody's happy. They're in there, there's 1,000 recruits in there. They're having fun, so they're fired up. And again, Chris Rucker has confidence. I'll say it again, he's our best corner.
26 lead, and you got to win this in overtime. Is there any concern there with this defense at this point?
Not at all. Win's a win, and we'll get better and we'll make adjustments and see where we. But they do a good job of spreading out. They're empty, and they do some good things. They get paid to coach too.
From the field level,
I'm sorry, Matt. Denson got a little bit of chance to do a roll today.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
I think he did a great job. I mean, I don't know what the rushing yards were, but his job is to stop the run and play the pass, and I think he did a great job out there. I can't tell you anybody did a bad job, guys, when you win. And I'm sure we'll get after their tails on Sunday night and find out where the mistakes were and see if we could beat them by 25 or so. But it's a good football team. It was a leading rushing team in the Big Ten Conference.
Did that rain affect what you wanted to do down the stretch at all?
No. It affected some footing for everybody, but they got the same footing as we do.
How impressive was your defensive line? You guys are rushing 3 and still getting pressure on them.
Again, they were getting it done inside, and at the end we weren't great, but again, I think it started to get slippery, and we're good.
Your offense had the ball 40 minutes. Just talk about how that affects the defense.
You guys go back and look, but we're probably 2-0 when we win the time of possession. I think it's critical, and like I said, the offense, Coach Treadwell did a heck of a job of scheming up the run game, and when you win the time of possession, you got a hard time losing.
Fortner and Rucker team up to make that play in the end zone there in the overtime. How badly do you think they needed something on the positive end compared to what's kind of transpired in recent
weeks? They needed it bad. Everybody needs it bad. I needed it bad. I'm going to have a good week in the office this week. We all need it. Every coach needed it. Everybody's on edge, and you're sitting there saying, gosh, we're one play away, and we got the one play today, and that's the key.
How about the job that Jen Redd did before he went down with the injury?
Okay, he was lighting people up out there. I mean, that guy will knock your lights out. And, he's done a great job. He hit 14 tackles week before and played very good against a good Wisconsin football team, so I'm happy with him.
Last question for Pat? Or maybe no last question. All right, thanks, Pat.
All right, guys. Enjoy the evening.